home sales on track for the worst year since 95. This is WSJ. Look at that chart, Vinny. Look at that chart right there. Craziness. U.S. home sales are on track on the worst year since 95 due to high home prices and elevated mortgage rates. September sale fell another 1% from August to an annual rate of 3.84 million, the lowest since October of 2010, with a 3.5% drop compared to the same period last year. According to the National Association of Realtors, Lawrence Yun, NAR's chief economist, remarked that home sales are stuck at low levels and forecasted 2024 sales could match or fall below 2023 levels. Persistently high mortgage rates, which recently spiked after briefly dipping to a 2-year low, are deterring buyers. Michael Redd from Bridgeway Mortgage and Real Estate Services noted that trickle up in rates to right back where we are just sucked the air out. Mortgage rates driven by a 10-year Treasury note have been volatile, making home purchases more unaffordable. Tom.
Well, look. People are thinking that rates is the only thing connected to the market. And we talk about this. We say rates are going to help. But what rates usually help happen is more houses come on the market. Now, a lot of houses have been built this year. Lennar, Toll Brothers, and you can go look at the home builder indexes are way up this year. So they're actually building more houses. They're just not building as many as are needed. We need even more. And with more supply, the price comes down. So that's the first lesson. With more supply, the price comes down. And the prices haven't come down. And Florida had increases in insurance, home insurance down here. So the number of people, we'll take back to it again, that are willing to sell, mom and pop want to sell their house in Parsippany, New Jersey, and move down to Boynton Beach and retire. They're like, wait a minute, we still have $200,000 on a little mortgage. If we go down there, we're going to have to pay actually the same for a house. It used to be that you sold your house in Parsippany, you downsize and bought something smaller, and maybe even a small or no mortgage. Well, now they're saying, nope, we can't do it. The math doesn't add up, and we're going to have a little bit more insurance costs. So guess what? The prices haven't come down because the supply hasn't come down, and the supply is being held up by insurance and property taxes and
so
rates.
I got a question for you.
And so the banks got the rate cut, but then they also didn't get an increase in demand. So if you've got low demand, you would think that price would go down to spur it. But the banks have said, no, you know what? We're going to leave the rate right here at 6.25, right here at 6.5. We're not going down to 5, not going to 5.875, which they were for about a week.
Got a question for you. You're the president. Okay, you get elected. You win. What are 2, 3, 4, 5 markers you have, Tom, to help this change so the average American can afford to buy a home? What are the markers?
I've got 2. You've got drill, baby, drill, and that reduces the price of everything from shipping on their groceries to the gas in their car, to the fuel that heats their house, to the electricity they pay for their air conditioning. I make the United States an energy power because that is one button the president can push to get a lot of prices to come down. That's affordability. The second thing is I give a lot of incentives out to those home builders. We need homes built. We need more homes built because the supply is going to come up. And then the other thing that I would do is I would adjust the tax policy on when you sell a house. You usually get one time in your life, you know what I'm talking about, Pat, where you don't have to pay the capital gains. All the rest of the time, as long as you bought a house that was worth more, called a 1035 exchange, then you don't pay taxes on it. Mm-hmm. But I would give relief to incent the people that there is a lot of people in the Northeast that want to retire to a lower cost state. And I would take some of the tax off of that one-time sale so that they'd be more willing to sell and put those houses on the market. But we need more supply, and then you need to make life more affordable. I would also do something else, is that for federal, I would have federal flood insurance revamped, because the catastrophic insurance is what is killing people in Florida. Basic home insurance has gone up, but it's nothing when you put the wind, the rain, and everything else on it. And so you got to do something about catastrophic insurance to help Americans.
Well,
so there's my 3 markers and buttons.
I don't want to upset the realtors out there or the mortgage bankers out there or
Well,
the
here it
people looking to
comes.
buy a house, but I would argue that this is probably one of the most overrated purchase decisions you can possibly make. Oh my God, how could I possibly say that? Well, it's because we've done the math here a million times on the show. Buying a home is a deeply emotional component. You could touch it, you could feel it, you get it ready, like your family lives there. It's a lifestyle choice. But if you're just solving for math, and we've done this down by the best investment you can possibly make, the stock market actually doubles what real estate returns year over year over year. Actually, since COVID, this is the one time I think in the last 50 to 100 years where real estate returns have actually been even close to double digits. If you remember us breaking down that math, PBD. Now, I get it. There's a lifestyle decision. It's an emotional component. You're like, where are you going to live? Where are you going to send your kids to school? This is a big decision. I mean, Rob bought a house recently because he even said himself, I kind of didn't mathematically do the thing. Financially, it didn't make sense, but this was actually what my kids wanted to do and what my family wanted to do, and it worked out well for my family, but mathematically, it didn't work well. There's three things that are working against if you're going to buy a house at this point, and the numbers aren't in your favor. It's sort of a triple whammy. It's the highest prices that houses have ever been. The highest mortgage rates have been since, the late 80s, early 90s? They just did an interest rate cut, but the mortgage rates went up? Is that what happened, Pat? Interest rates went up,
Yeah,
down for a moment and back to where they
made
were.
no sense. So mortgage rates are at 7.25%, whatever at this point. But then we talk about this all the time. The insurance rates are insane these days, whether it's for car insurance, whether it's for home insurance. It's just the math isn't adding up. And listen, if you want to buy a house, God bless you, go for it. But there are better investments out there.
Well, we'll see what's going to happen next 4 years, specifically after November 5th. The market's going to change majorly based on who's going to be the president. I mean, you're already seeing what Wall Street Journal hedge fund guys are looking at. The big game starts this Friday. The series starts this Friday. And here's what I wanted to do. I wanted to get a suite to take family and friends and to give you the chance to join me as well as us here, my family and other friends, in the suite for Game 5 in New York, which is amazing, right?
Yes.
Wow. Absolutely amazing. And here's what we're going to be doing. By the way, just so you know, the details on what these things are going for right now, it's ridiculous, the tickets. But all I'm saying is we sat down, we decided, here's what I want to do. So what do we do about it? We created a sweepstake. And the winner gets the one ticket plus $2,500 cash for your flight, room, whatever you need to be doing to come join. By the way, it's going to be epic.
Wow.
Because it's going to be sick. It is Game 5. So, who knows what's going to be taking place. The streets of New York are going to be wild. And the way you participate in this is the following. For every $1 spent on VT merch store, today you get an entry. For every dollar spent, you get one entry. $100, 100 entries. $500, you buy 5 of these polo shirts. This is all I'm wearing nowadays. Say it's $500, 500 entries. And you get up to 1,000 entries. Wow. We will draw one random this Saturday morning, October 26th, and we will immediately notify the winner. Then next Tuesday on the podcast, we'll announce who it is. But the person that wins, we will reach out to you. I'm excited about that. A couple things I do want to tell you. It just so happens 15 new hats are here today.
So there's something to buy.
This is the sickest new Valuetainment green hat. Future Looks Bright that just came out. It's absolutely amazing, Valuetainment. We have these new for some folks that like this design. We have the new American flag.
Sick.
Adam, this one. Yeah, this is absolutely sick.
This one looks amazing.
We have 15 new designs, some for military, the red and black. We have the new allegedly hats where the allegedly lifts.
Sick.
We have the red American flag, green USA flag. By the way, a bunch are on VT merch, and all you need to, by the way, these are again memories because the last time this happened was 1981. All you need to do is go purchase merch for every $1 raffle, gifts for yourself, for others. Some of you guys that are coming to the party anyways, November 5th, this could be your way of doing it as well.
Wow.
Tom, do you have anything else to say before, if I missed anything?
We have the legal stuff.
Go for it. Tell us.
Tom Ellsworth impersonating Don Pardo.
The PBD Podcast 2024 Baseball Sweepstakes. No purchase is necessary. It's sponsored by Valuetainment LLC and open only to legal residents of the 50 U.S. states and the District of Columbia who are 18 years old and above. The entry deadline is tomorrow night, Friday, October 25th at 11:59 p.m. For the full entry and full rules, visit the link at vtmerch.com and available in the description for this episode of the podcast that is found on the PBD Podcast channel on YouTube. Void where prohibited. Go get in.
I love it. Okay, Rob, so let's put the link there to go to vtmerch.com. I hope you participate. I want to spend some time with you. We're going to have a good time.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.